Probably wanted to say a few things on behalf of Mark Walker campaign. Would you like to say a few words? This is Clarence Henderson here to speak on behalf of the Mark Walker campaign.
I'd like to say good evening to everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening. In the words of John Paul Jones, we have just begun to fight.
Amen.
We need to take heart. Just because we lose a battle does not mean we've lost a war. We have made great inroads when it comes to changing the ideologies in this country. Because the more people understand how our country works, then the more they want to get involved. And I talked with Mark Walker, I think it was last week, and I endorsed him maybe a couple of weeks ago. But one of the things that we have to remember is that as we talk to people, it cannot be in a general kind of way. We've got to begin to talk to people about their own individual freedom. That's the kind of country that we have become, whereby if it happens to Sydney, for example, that doesn't affect me as much as it would happen to me. So we have to begin to move on letting people know that their individual freedoms are being taken away and begin to know what individual freedoms are being taken away. So we've got this opportunity with Mark Walker to make a difference. There's a thing that they're using called intimidation. Mark shared something with me last time I talked with him, and I won't reveal that except that his opponent tried to intimidate him, and some of you may know about what he tried to do. And so that's what they're trying to do, is cause us to draw back and not move forward. You know, when you begin to talk about liberty, then you cannot have liberty if you're not willing to step out and stand up for it. So I would encourage each one of you to continue to work with Mark Walker, because we have this chance to move a guy that's for big government, and that's what he really is for, and then to have Mark Walker who's not a politician. See, here's what I understand about the political system. When the political system becomes about politics and not about people, it becomes a corrupt system that will oppress the people and cause them to lose heart. And so we have this political system such as healthcare and all these other things that don't consider the people. They're considering politics. And this thing, the thing I want to leave you with is this. When people start talking about in politics, that's just the way it is, you need to question that individual. Because, see, I will not compromise my values. I'm not going to compromise with the other side simply because I'm trying to get something done. I'm going to stand up for what I believe. So I encourage each one of you, because I have been putting signs out this week. I've got some of my church members putting signs out also for Mark Walker. And that's how we're going to win with him, by making connections with people and making them aware of who he is. And so I encourage each one of you, wherever you are, to do what you can do, because, see, everything in America right now is about movements. And so what we have to look at is that there are two kinds of movements. One is the agenda-driven movement. The other one is a principle-driven movement. We've had those throughout our country. For example, we got the gay rights movement. That's an agenda-driven movement. The movement for pro-choice. But then we still are dealing with the anti-tax law movement, where we're still trying to get fair tax laws for us. And so we had to continue with that. We had the revolutionary movement. We've had all these kinds of movements. So, and I understand movements because I've been involved with them before. So if we would grab a hold of a movement and keep them continuing, because we're in the point now where we have to have a continuum of movements all the time, because they're constantly working against us, wanting to take away our own individual freedoms. And I encourage each one of you, if you don't want to lose your freedom, you better stand up and defend it. Thank you.